So, welcome, Rebecca. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Ross.
You're welcome. No, so you're a non-fiction book editor. Tell us a little bit about that role and how it compares with your poetry writing.
Yeah, so the nonfiction that I edit is really different from what I write. So I think for a long time I thought of these as really separate parts of myself.
Mhm.
But I was at AWP in Los Angeles this spring and I heard the poet Tracy Brimhall speak. And she had this really interesting thing she was saying about prompts, that she loves a complicated prompt because it allows the sort of like bean counting, rule following part of her brain to stay busy so that the creative part of her can, make abstract leaps and, associate in unique ways. And so I think that resonated with me because I think my inner rule follower is quite strong. I think probably partially because of my editing background.
Okay.
I'm concerned with things like, does this flow?
Mhm.
Is it all, spelled properly? Things like that. So that can sometimes be in the way of the creative
Yes.
process.
Yeah.
So I think that's sort of how those interact for me.
Okay, perfect. So you feel like there are some limitations, but at the same time, you can maybe use those to your advantage.
I think so for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I think also it gives me a little bit of insight into the publishing process.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and with rejections, as we all receive, it helps me to take those with a grain of salt because I understand from the other side of the desk,
Yes.
sometimes there is just a lot of good work and you simply
There is.
can't
Yeah.
take it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something we find with Superlative as well. There are so many things that I would love to publish. I wish we could publish everything, but we just have to pick the best things because
Right.
otherwise there's just too much. Yeah, absolutely.